say a while ago, the Clippers prepared for the task. And the Jazz is the road team for today's Western Conference matchup. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. I'm Kevin Harlan. And brought to you by State Farm. Here's a quick look at our starting lineups. And guys, checking out Blake Griffin. What can we expect here?
Well, I can't imagine anybody being more terrifying to an opposing center than Blake Griffin. When he gets going, when he's heading your direction, and you're trying to come over to help defensively, and he explodes, you better believe that you're going to be watching what he does on the highlight reels for the next 24 hours at least.
Yeah, you just aren't safe around him. Watch out below. Even if you're not guarding him, you're in danger of being posterized and dunked on. He's always buzzing around the hoop. And you know what? He does it by putbacks and also off the dribble.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
I caught up with Coach Tyrone Corbin. I asked him how he was going to slow down Blake Griffin in this one, and he told me any way we can. He went on to add that he didn't really have any one answer for Blake because he is such a dynamic player, adding, you see the dunks in the highlight reels, but he can hurt you in a lot of other ways as well. Really, we just have to throw everything we can his way. Guys?
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Williams kicks to Jefferson. And that one's good. Jefferson's got his second basket of the night.
He has such a great feel for how a missed shot is going to come off the rim. Really plays those angles well. That's exactly why he consistently beats defenders to the ball.
And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Yeah, he went for a little extra on that one.
Well, he usually doesn't finish soft, obviously. You know, he can when necessary, sure, but not that time.
Not when he can throw it down like that.
You know, if you're talking about making the playoffs in the Western Conference, Kevin, you're almost always going to have to be 500 or better against the teams in the Western Conference. And the Jazz did that and got in last season.
They sure did.
And he will punish an opponent for giving him that much room from mid-range. He'll hit that all day.
Billups off the pick from Griffin. Billups dishes to Griffin. Kicks the ball. Clock at 6. Over Williams. Paul's shot is off. Clark, just to follow up that point you made on the Jazz, they finished 25 and 23 against the West, and it was just enough to sneak in there.
Just barely.
Yeah, and Steve, it doesn't matter how you get in, they got in.
Yeah, they got in, which was quite an accomplishment for a young club. And I get the feeling it won't be the last time that this group makes the playoffs. A lot of talent, growing together, and a lot of good high-character players in that organization. This team's going to be a force to be reckoned with for the next few years.
Here is Billups after the made shot from Mo Williams. And again, no good by the Clippers.
That's a tough one there because he's wide open. That's a shot he expects to make.
Dishes it to Hayward. Back to Williams. Millsap up top. The Jazz working the ball around now. Hayward passes to Millsap, and the shot is good. Clippers trail by 5. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
That's a 2 from Paul. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter.
I think Gordon Hayward is such an intriguing young player, guys. He's big, he's athletic, he's skilled, can play multiple positions. You see the potential, and he's still figuring out how to put it all together at the NBA level.
Hayward with the ball. He's guarded by Billups. Shot clock at 3. Here's Williams. Butler with the block. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. The Clippers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And I think more recently, Gordon Hayward really coming into his own.
Yeah, I think he's gotten more aggressive. He's more comfortable. I think his skill level has always been pretty good, and his athleticism underrated. But he's got to play, I think, maybe with a little more edge. Get that junkyard dog to come out in him. He actually played for the Butler Bulldogs. He needs to show some of that mentality of a Bulldog out there.
Here's Paul. The pass to Griffin. Goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Throwing it down with one hand and making it look easy.
Easy and fun. He just thrives on making the D look silly.
Yeah, which is something he does pretty often, Kevin.
Now here's Williams. The dish to Hayward. Pass to Williams. 6 to shoot. Hayward. And the rebound goes to Griffin. The Clippers trail. Jacks up a 3. Paul can't get it to go.
There's Tyrone Corbin in his second season as head coach of the Jazz. Before that, he'd spent 7 years as an assistant coach in Utah.
The Clippers have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. And that misses. That would have put him up.
He's laboring out there right now, guys. The shot has not been falling for him this quarter.
Williams kicks to Jefferson. Williams dishes to Jefferson. Flushes it down.
An open lane right there. Pretty much saw the daylight he wanted and took advantage.
Yeah, great opportunity, and he seized it without much hesitation.
Yeah, a little too easy, if you ask me. The defense really needs to tighten things up here.
Now here's Griffin. 7 points in the game. The 3 from Billups. That is good. And it's all knotted up. Going back to Tyrone Corbin, 16-year journeyman career as a player in the NBA. Played for 10 teams in all, the Utah Jazz among them.
Yeah, 3 years in Utah. He was always known as kind of a grinder. You know, every coach loved him because he played so hard. And, you know, those qualities, I think, translate well to the coaching ranks. Corbin knows how hard it is to compete in the NBA, and he knows how hard it is to win. And so he's trying to put his guys in the best position to have success, and I think they really respect him for that.
Derek Favors checked in for the Jazz. Left side, Williams. Feeds it to Millsap. Shoots over Griffin. Millsap misses.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
Billups off the pick from Griffin, off the screen, and Billups gets it to go. Billups has got 5 points so far.
Yeah, why not? He's firing. He's shooting really well here early on.
Jazz trailed by 4. Here's Williams. Passes it to Hayward to end the run. Here's Millsap. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
+5 on the boards already here in the first quarter. They've gotten after it.
Yeah, that's a great sign in this game. If they're going to continue to rebound the ball like this, I think they're in great shape.
They get it again. He feeds it to Butler. From deep 3-point range, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
Well, he did a nice job of getting himself into just enough of an open area to find that spot for his shot.
Williams kicks to Hayward. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
Good defense, but you gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
He kicks it to Paul. Picked by Griffin. Knocked away. And stolen by Williams. A stupendous finish in traffic. Williams has got 6.
They continue to barrel their way inside. And when's the defense going to adjust?
Well, I'm asking the same question myself, partner. I mean, that's 8 points out of the last 10 coming inside.
And the slam by Blake Griffin.
You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him.
Jazz trailed by 5. Outside Williams. He dishes it to Favors. Williams defended by Butler. A shot by Williams, no good. And it's the Clippers' ball. They're on a 16-6 run. And it's Paul penetrating. Here's Billups. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 4th assist in this one. And there's the feed to Hayward. Back to Williams. Jazz passing it around. And that one's good by Favors.
Offensively, just hammering away in the paint.
And that's 10 straight points inside, too.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And because he struggled with his free throw shooting so much last season, I thought he was hesitant at times to be aggressive. Wasn't looking to draw contact and was trying to avoid getting to the foul line.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Lamar Odom is checked in for Griffin. Hill comes in for Caron Butler. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Chauncey Billups. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Chris Paul.
2 hands for safety, 1 hand if you want major elevation.
That's right. That's right.
You know you can get up higher with 1 hand. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
It really is true. I mean, you can extend better with 1.
Well, whatever he did, whatever it was, it definitely worked, Clark.
Here's Bledsoe, following the bucket by the Jazz. Jordan the screen. Bledsoe passes to Jordan. Jordan sets the pick for Crawford. Just 5 to shoot. Jordan dishes to Crawford. Over 4. Again, the Clippers.
That mid-range jumper, just another one of his weapons.
Jazz trail by 4.
You almost could see it happening, the Clippers being a playoff-bound team last year with the talent they brought in, and they actually made a splash in the playoffs.
Jefferson gets the bucket.
You know, this has been his quarter here. Still hasn't missed the mark yet.
Here's Bledsoe. He's covered by Watson. Hill kicks it to Odom. Crawford outside. Back to Odom. Kicks to Crawford. 4 on the shot clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. No good from Jordan. A tough first-round matchup with the Grizzlies, and they had some injury scares in that one as well, Steve.
Yeah, but they were able to pull that series out in dramatic fashion, winning in Game 7 on the road before getting swept in round 2 by the Spurs. But all in all, a very, very successful year for the Clippers.
So it's the Clippers now, following the bucket by the Jazz. Here's Bledsoe. The kick out to Hill. Back to Odom. Burks covering. Odom down low. Good on the shot. Odom's got his first basket of the night.
I can imagine they're going to hear an earful about this next stop. I mean, that's 3 straight field goals given up right in the middle of the lane. Inexcusable.
Well, defense starts at the rim. I mean, you want teams shooting the ball from the outside, and that's not happening. They're just giving up everything inside. And all 10 of their last points have come inside the paint, so defensively you've got to make an adjustment.
Yeah, and you got to do a little more to stop it, too. Oh, ridiculous. Tore it down that time. Pretty significant laps there on the defensive end, guys.
Yeah, those are the ones you just can't allow that.
No, if you're giving up dunks and layups, defensively, you're in huge trouble.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Sprite. Good stuff. And that is good. Favors has got his second bucket tonight.
Just too easy. They're getting whatever they want down there.
You said it, Steve. 5 straight field goals inside for them. The defense has to clamp down here.
Here's Odom.
Oh, get it! Oh, watch out now.
Both sides really coming out of the gate firing here.
Guys, they look like they were raring to go in this one. A lot of offense early on.
Watson kicks to Jefferson. He passes to Watson. This is to Burks. It's good, and Watson picking up the assist. Burks has got his second basket. Outside Odom. Got it off in time, but it's no good. It's all tied here in Los Angeles. Stay with me. Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
How about the three-point shooting? The scoring has really come in bunches from long range.
Yeah, it seems like every time down the floor they're knocking down the triple.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Clippers. It's Chris Paul and Chauncey Billups at the 1 and the 2. Odom out there with Caron Butler, and it's Griffin in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
You know, the Jazz have always been known as a strong team at home, but the opposite can be said for when they hit the road. Just ugly at times for them away from Salt Lake City.
Here's Butler. Connects from three-point range. Butler's got 6 points. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth, the whole way thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes already, and as Rasheed Wallace once said, both teams playing hard, my man.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, guys, Blake Griffin has been a huge hit in the media capital of Los Angeles, but Blake doesn't want to get caught up in the fanfare. He said, I want to be a great basketball player. I don't necessarily want to be a star. I'm not in it to be famous. I want to try to be the best. Guys, his focus squarely on winning.
Well, they say when you win, all that other stuff comes anyway, so we'll find out. Thanks, Doris. Back to the Jazz, it is especially hard for them because they're such a young team, and if you get down, rattled on the road, Steve, you know it, I mean, it's unforgiving.
Yeah, that's why they ended up with that 11-22 road record, Kevin. They've gained experience, though, and with a lot of young talent, I would think moving forward, they're going to fare better and better as they grow as a unit.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. That's how you do it. Find a gap in the defense and attack that rim with force.
He is so good at doing just that.
Maybe as good as anybody. Just so athletic and strong.
Foy, the pass to Watson. And taken away by Paul. Now the Clippers moving it up. Griffin. And he slams it in one-handed.
That's a gut punch right there, Clark. Cough up the ball at one end and get beaten on the break at the other.
Yeah, that really hurts. That's painful.
Well, Chris Paul now with the Clippers, I mean, that franchise is renowned for its failure over the years to produce anything resembling a good basketball team. If there's one guy who could change the culture there, though, it's Chris Paul.
Gets it to go.
They've been outstanding from three-point range in this quarter.
And the Jazz call time here. And Chris Paul has the type of game where if you really love hoops, you have to be a fan of him.
Yeah, no question. He's not a big guy, but boy, he does everything on the court you'd like to see a point guard do. He's quick, he's smart defensively, always amongst the league leaders in steals, if not leading the league in steals, and can take over a game at either end of the floor.
Clippers leading by 6. Odom kicks to Butler. Butler off a pick from Jordan, and that one's good by Butler.
Boy, he did a nice job losing his man on a good pick and then just buried the jumper. That is basketball 101 right there, Kevin.
Outside Williams. Millsap. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 3 assists tonight. Odom off a pick from Jordan. Odom kicks to Jordan. Outside Butler. Over Hayward. And blocked. But they get it back. 6 on the shot clock. Crawford right side. And it's the Clippers scoring again. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Williams dishes to Millsap. Tips it back in. That's 12 points for Al Jefferson.
Now they've got to offer more resistance inside. Just too many easy buckets in the paint.
Yeah, Steven, that's the top priority for any defense. You got to protect the paint.
And again, Jamal Crawford. Crawford's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, Crawford is everything you want out of a scoring guard. He can spot up and make jump shots or handle the ball and create shots off the dribble. He loves that little crossover move where he'll just get you going one way, take the ball the other, and rise up and hit that jump shot.
The real struggle with guarding Jamal, Steve, is that once he gets it going, it's really hard to slow him down because of his speed and ability to pull up off the dribble. I mean, he stops on a dime straight up into that lethal jump shot of his. How about that now? What a sensational finish.
Oh, got to be able to get some hang time to do that.
Yeah, you got to rise and levitate.
Suspend yourself.
Yeah, levitate.
And glide. And glide. You got to glide in and reverse it home. So sweet.
There's the pass to Burks. Shot clock at 5. Blocked. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Paul. Can't hit. Jefferson with some nice D.
It's been a struggle for him offensively tonight, and they'd love to have his production out there.
Williams with the ball. Chris Paul covering. Here's Millsap. Gathers. A second chance effort. Shot's good by Jefferson. Jefferson's got 14.
He made that offensive rebound count. Nice job collecting the second chance points.
Odom kicks to Paul. Back to Odom. The dish to Jordan. Jordan with a screen on Williams. Jordan up top. Odom, the pass to Butler. With 1 on the clock. Rebounded by the Jazz. Now here's Williams. 6 points for him. Offline from the high post.
Well, you know what? You really expect him to knock that jumper down when he gets a good look like that.
Now here's Brooks. Defense right on him.
You know, one of the things the Clippers did really well last year, guys, was they competed against the Western Conference at a pretty high level, and that's not easy. I mean, the West is definitely the stronger of the two conferences. So for the Clippers to fare well against that group of teams was pretty impressive.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Grant Hill, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Chris Paul. Foy with it. And stolen by Butler. And here we go. Fast break. Crawford's got it. Shot's good by Bledsoe. And the Clippers lead by 9.
Costly mistake at the other end to set up that fast break.
That's what you want to do after a turnover. Push the ball up the floor and strike quickly.
Now, here is Foy, guarded by Crawford. They get it back, and Favors kicks to Foy. Feeds to Watson. Down low, Foy, and he converts the layup. Going back to the Clippers, as Steve was just talking about them, especially for a young team to come out and play as well as they did against the West. A conference that had...
Incredible. Tearing that roof down with that one.
Yeah, and really a dunk contest dunk that time. Wow.
Yeah, unreal. What a dunk.
And that was Sprite bringing you the close-up on that big-time play. Jefferson, that's good.
Guys, he's really shot the ball well. It's definitely not his fault they find themselves trailing in this one.
Here's Bledsoe. He's covered by Watson. And here's Bledsoe. Right side Odom. Outside Butler. Crawford outside. No good on the 3. Jazz trail by 7. Passes it to Burks.
I like that foul. You don't want to give up an easy 2 in transition.
No, you don't want to give up a layup. Make him earn them from the stripe, and maybe you get a break and he makes only one of the free throws or misses them both.
A different look for the Clippers. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Odom. Billups comes in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Paul in for Eric Bledsoe. Utah also making some changes. Marvin Williams is checked in for Jefferson. And Gordon Hayward is subbed in for Alec Burks.
Boy, he's been so cool out there. Composed, never rattled. I mean, a very steady contributor to the offense.
Now Watson. He feeds it to Foy. And that one's good. Foy's got his second basket of the night. Clippers leading by 7. Billups goes in, hit his leg. And it's being called a kickball. And the Clippers making a change here. Odom's checked in. Hill sets the screen for Odom. Griffin kicks to Paul. The rebound by the Jazz. Hayward's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. There's the pick. Leads him in there. Foy. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. And now it's only a 5-point Clipper lead.
Vinny Del Negro now in his 5th season as an NBA coach. He spent 2 years coaching in Chicago, now in his 3rd year with the LA Clippers.
Well, going back to Coach Vinny Del Negro, 14-year playing career, 12 in the NBA, played a couple years in Italy. His best NBA year, Steve, with the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, Vinny was an excellent shooter, particularly in the mid-range. Loved to come off low screens along the baseline, curl into the lane. He'd shoot over the top of the defense. Had a good feel for the game, could run the floor a little bit. So a nice, solid player in the NBA and has turned into a good coach as well.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Hey, guys. An amusing side note from last season was the, quote, got 'em game, which arose on Clippers team flights thanks to DeAndre Jordan. He began taking pictures of any teammates or even coaches who he caught sleeping on the flight and posting them on Twitter. As the game caught on, even DeAndre himself fell victim. He tried his best to stay awake, but all it took was a short 15-minute nap, and when he woke with a start, he looked at Blake Griffin, who said nothing, but merely smiled and nodded. Got him. Kevin?
Well, it sounds like fun, Doris, but the coaches might not think so. The players need their sleep.
And you know, guys, Caron Butler was a solid addition to the Clippers last year. He signed a 3-year deal, which was surprising given that he was coming off major knee surgery. But he gave the Clippers the outside shooting small forward that they needed.
Alec Burks checked in for Gordon Hayward. And it's blocked. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. Williams, defended by Paul. Williams against Paul. Williams kicks to 4. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And you mentioned Butler's outside shooting, Steve, important for the Clippers to be able to spread the floor with Paul and Blake Griffin.
Yeah, Butler actually spaces the defense out and keeps them honest. Paul is their pick-and-roll operator, and obviously Griffin gets it done in the paint.
Millsap dishes to Burks.
That's foul number 2, and I think he's got to be really careful not to pick up the third before the half. This defense is porous right now. I mean, way too many looks coming from inside the paint.
Now, that's 4 straight buckets now in the paint, and anybody in the NBA is going to make shots from there.
And the Clippers making a change here. Crawford's checked in, and a switcher also for Utah. Jefferson's checked in. Paul with the ball. Williams picks him up. Paul passes to Hill. Takes a 3. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 8th assist here tonight.
They're hovering around 50% for the game in three-pointers. That's pretty good. But they've really elevated here in the second quarter.
Here's Williams. Hill pulls it in. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. There's Crawford with the 3. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 9th assist in the game now. Ball's knocked loose and taken away by Paul. It's up a 3, and it's Hill. That time the assist by Paul. Paul's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Williams kicks to Jefferson. Shoots over Griffin. Another miss by Utah.
That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside. You know, Kevin, they were a step late on their defensive rotation, and that helped them get...
And so that's the end of the first half. Clippers ahead, leading by 14. Time now for the half. The busy streets of Los Angeles, lighting up the night sky as we continue. You look at Blake Griffin in this game, he's been everywhere.
It's like he's trying to break the rim in half. He is just dominating the paint.
And he might just do that if they can't keep him from getting the ball that deep. I mean, they haven't had an answer so far, Steve.
Taking a look at the Jazz. At the 4 and 5, Paul Millsap and Al Jefferson. Hayward out there with Mo Williams. And it's Williams at the small forward. Hayward dishes to Williams. Shot clock at 6. Williams kicks to Jefferson. Over Jordan. Second chance shot. And it's Millsap laying it in. Millsap's got the first field goal of the second half for the Jazz. Here's Butler, and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. And 11 points for Butler.
Boy, these threes are picking them apart. I mean, 4 out of the last 5 shots against them, all uncontested, and all are threes.
Yeah, the defense just looks uninterested right now. I mean, they're not making the effort to challenge these shots.
Pass to Williams. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
Boy, I'm not quite sure what he was thinking there.
That's not going to help, Steve.
Clippers leading by 15.
With the moves they made in the offseason before the start of last year, the Clippers became a team with instant playoff pressure and expectation. They were actually expected to make the playoffs, and they did.
And the shot is good. Williams has got 8 points.
Good work turning that into an easy 2-point. He can attack the rim as well as anybody.
Billups off the veteran Jordan. Outside for Griffin. Into Jordan. Back to Griffin. Another one falls for the Clippers. And that's a strange place for the Clippers because for so long they really weren't viewed as a perennial playoff team. And now, Steve, all that has certainly changed.
Well, with Chris Paul and Blake Griffin, now all of a sudden they've got 2 cornerstones. And it looks like they could be good for a long time. They've still got to get Chris Paul locked up contractually. If they can do that, now all of a sudden there's a turnaround from this horrendous Clipper history.
Paul passes to Billups. The 3. But they'll get another chance. Another shot. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Everything's going right now. 4 for 5 shooting, 80%. They got their offense clicking.
And the Jazz call time here.
The Jazz did make the playoffs last year, but was quickly disposed of by the much more veteran and seasoned San Antonio Spurs. Still, just to make the playoffs, a big accomplishment for what was once a rebuilding team. A lot of promise there in Utah, I think.
Butler dishes to Griffin. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Millsap defended by Butler. Knocked loose. A baseline J. Millsap misses. Back to the Jazz, I think you could say the rebuilding process is now complete, or at least settled. Now they can just, Steve, continue to grow as a group.
Yeah, I agree with that, Kevin. They got swept by the Spurs in that first round, but, that experience will pay off for Utah, getting that first taste of playoff basketball. And now it's just a matter of continuing to work and, allowing the process to kind of evolve.
And Butler, here we go. Back to Billups. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Billups has got 13 points.
You gotta love the low post offense. That was beautiful.
He kicks it to Hayward. Back to Williams. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession.
He had no choice but to lunge for that pass to stop it from getting through.
Well, that was a good job. It could have been a quick bucket if he doesn't knock it out of bounds there.
Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Here's Williams, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, one of the things the Jazz are going to have to sort out over the next year or two is just playing time in the front court. And that equation was made even more confusing with the addition of Enes Kanter in the draft. But he played a very limited role last year, and the minutes seem to work out for everybody. But as he develops, it'll be very interesting to keep an eye on the rotation of the Utah front court.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Here's Hayward. Feeds to Williams. Rises up and throws it down.
Put that paw up there and banged it home.
Yeah,
man, that was nice.
Little Statue of Liberty.
Yeah,
right.
that was strong.
Simple, direct, and effective.
Well, I don't know if I'd call it a log jam, Steve, or what. I mean, I think it's still kind of sorting itself out with the Utah Jazz up front. But, a lot of size, a lot of length. Favors is terrific. Kanter, we really don't even know what's going on because he's so raw, but great potential. A lot of good young players, Clark, and there are only so many minutes to go around. That'll be an interesting dance there for the coach, Tyrone Corbin, to try to figure that out.
It will be, but you'd much rather try to do that dance with that kind of ammunition and those types of potential dancers than not. So Favors is another guy in the mix, and eventually you think the Jazz will perhaps have to move one of those guys up to free up playing time, but that remains to be seen.
Millsap kicks to Williams. Blocked. Outside, Billups. Over Favors. Kicks it out to Paul. Beyond the arc. No good. And it's Utah the other way. Here's Williams. 8 points for him. Tipped away. They're running. Billups passes to Griffin.
Let's go! Oh, what a throwdown there. Man, oh man, finishing with flavor.
Yeah, he put something extra on that one. You're right.
And the bench going wild, guys. They love it. What an amazing dunk.
A different look for the Clippers. Lamar Odom is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Hill comes in for Caron Butler. And it's Crawford in for Chauncey Billups. Utah also making some changes. Al Jefferson is checked in for Millsap. Foy comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Earl Watson is subbed in for Mo Williams.
You know, we've all talked about the athleticism that Blake Griffin possesses. And what I've noticed already is he's got some grit to him as well. This is a tough guy. He'll dunk on you and give you the stare down. He comes at you nose to nose. He's got a nice edge to his game that you see in a lot of the great ones. It just has to continue to add to his skill level as a power forward.
Here's Favors, and the shot is good. Favors has got 7 points in the game. Clippers leading by 22. Paul left side. That one goes. Count. Going back to what Clark was saying about Blake Griffin, it seems like he's starting, Steve, maybe to wear another big man a little bit. The big dunks, the little stare downs. Do you sense, Steve Kerr, some resentment brewing here toward him?
Well, if there is, I think that's a good thing. I mean, if you're the Clippers, you want players who are competitive and a little nasty, and I think Griffin's got that. I think that's what makes him special. It's not just the athleticism, it's the competitive nature. And as long as he channels that the right way and continues to work on his game, it's going to suit him awfully well.
Williams dishes to Jefferson. Foy. 6 on the shot clock. Chris Paul grabs the miss. Paul's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Hill gets a look. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. That's 10 points for Hill.
Now, we've seen this from him before. Once he gets going, look out.
Williams kicks to Favors. The Clippers grab the miss. Paul's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And check out your point guard showing you major bounce above the rim.
How about this? The smaller the player, the bigger the highlight.
I love that.
And that was a highlight. Terrific finish.
Caron Butler's checked in for the Clippers. Billups comes in for Jamal Crawford. He dishes it to Hayward. Over Butler. And Hayward gets it to go. Hayward's got his second bucket. The drive by Paul. Good off the drop step.
His touch has looked much better than it did in the first half.
Jazz have gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. And taken away by Paul.
Hammer time.
Dunked hard with one hand.
And that's his game right there. The determination to get to the bucket. You got to love the mindset.
And that last replay courtesy of Sprite. Williams kicks to Favors. Hayward, baseline J on the way. That's good. Hayward's got 4 points in the quarter. They're making this a runaway.
Now, the only question now is how big will this lead eventually become? I mean, this is a blowout.
The drive by Paul over Williams. The rebound by the Jazz. Millsap's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Back to Williams. The feed now to Burks. Here's Favors. A strong effort on the rebound. Nets the second chance points. Favors got 9. Outside, Billups. Shoots over Burks. Billups, no good.
I'm not sure about that shot, guys. The defense really all over him.
Williams against Paul. Puts it up from 12, and he hits the jumper for 2. He's got 10.
Boy, every time they drop it in, they do so from close range. Easy baskets.
Yeah, high percentage looks time and time again, guys, and it's paying off for them. The way they're playing this game, I like their strategy. Attacking the paint again and again.
You know, they're getting whatever they want. I mean, 8 straight points coming inside.
Kicks it to Hayward. Dishes it to Burks. The Jazz working the ball around now. Rejected by Griffin. Outside Butler. From the arc. Rebounded by the Jazz.
Almost surprised that he had that much room to work with.
Williams kicks to Burks. Over Butler. Some solid defense from Butler. The Clippers shooting 61%, showing all the indications of an offense that is locked in. Here's Griffin, rejected by Millsap. Here is Hayward, defended by Butler. And the pass to Burks. Over Paul. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Difficult shot from mid-range, and the defense was all over.
Boy, I like the close out there, Steve. Well done.
Odom, the pass to Griffin. There's the bucket. Good. Griffin's got 8 points here in this quarter.
You know, when he plays well, generally the team does too, and it's exactly what we're seeing here today.
Williams kicks to Burks. Favors with a screen on Billups. Burks with it. Billups picks him up defensively. Back to Williams. He passes to Millsap. Just 4 to shoot. Fires from the wing. No good. Some solid D from Paul. Outside Butler. Outside Odom. Utah with the rebound. Millsap's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. Here comes Chauncey Billups. He's got 13. Lets it go from deep. And yes, sir, that one drops. Billups has got 16 points. And here is Williams. Tries it from the top of the key. Gets it to go. It could go. No good. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may all...
108. The Jazz. 76.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Who's out the Sprite uncontainable game in this one? Well, let's send it out to our Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, Kev. And it's the Clippers with the Uncontainable Game Award for the offensive stretch they put together. A big run by them in the third quarter is the difference right now as they've opened up this game. Guys, 1 quarter left to play, but they look to be in complete control.
Doris, thank you. And what a concerted effort they put together tonight.
And, you know, that was really the uncontainable aspect in this game, Kevin. They got on the same page as a team and pretty much did what they wanted for the entire stretch.
Well, clearly it's a different game without that scoring run. That was a game-changing run, no doubt.
So with Paul on the bench, here's who's on the floor now for Vinny Del Negro. Turiev out there with Hill. Then there's Willie Green. Then there's Bledsoe. And it's Hollins in at the 3 at the center position. Hill dishes to Green. It's back to Hill. Can't get it to go.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Watson with it. Now Green defending. Evans a screen on Hill. Foy the pass to Burks. Over Bledsoe. The Clippers grab the miss.
Not a good look at the hoop. They've got to do a better job offensively creating some space.
Outside Hill. The dish now to Hollins. Goes straight up. And Cantor pulls it down. Jazz have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Watson kicks to Burks. It's good, and Watson picking up the assist. Watson's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Bledsoe. Feeds it to Hollins. Off on the layup. Jazz have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Plenty of daylight on that shot.
Well, last season with the condensed schedule, we saw a lot of college players choose to return to college to avoid the uncertainty. For those who came out, in some ways it was an advantage. They often saw more playing time as coaches looked down their benches because of the condensed schedule.
Jazz have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Foy working against Green. Now, here is Foy, guarded by Green. And it's Foy missing. And you mentioned the valuable playing time for the rookies, Clark. Also, don't forget a lot of journeyman, Steve. Journeyman veteran players took deals abroad.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Guys went to Europe or China and then did not return for the NBA season. So that did open up some minutes for some younger players. And it was fun to watch. We saw some guys have a real impact on the league in their first years. Guys like Irving and Rubio and Fareed, Kawhi Leonard in San Antonio, even Isaiah Thomas, the last pick of the draft. He made a big impact in Sacramento.
I don't like his body language, guys, right now. He looks like he's completely out of rhythm.
Bledsoe kicks to Green. Passes it to Bledsoe. Back to Green. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots from the elbow. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Looked like the defense kind of backed off him, and he took advantage.
Watson dishes to Burks. Throws up the alley-oop. And the jam by Jeremy Evans.
What a play. No regular dunk there. A superb alley-oop.
And it was a great pass, too, to set him up.
No, those two have such a great feel for each other. They're just fun to watch play together.
Bledsoe kicks to Turioff. Gives him the lead pass. Stolen by Cantor. Burks, the pass to Foy. It's stolen by Hill. He feeds it to Hollins. Evans with the steal. And oh, here we go. Foy's got it. The fast break chance. Gets the bucket. Burks has got 4 this quarter.
And Burks, out of Colorado, very explosive two-guard, great ball handling ability. And as he develops that offensive game, look out, because he has a ton of ability and talent.
Yeah, talent for sure. He also has a lot of potential as a slasher. He's got the leaping ability and the balance to take it inside and finish over the D.
Emphatic throwdown there.
That one reverberated throughout the building.
No soft stuff out of this guy.
Here's Bledsoe. Shot is off. And it's Utah the other way. Watson with it. Randy Foy is on the way. That's tipped. Watson with it. Eric Bledsoe covering. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets it go from 11. The shot is off. Clippers have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Green dishes to Hill. Turioff. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And the Clippers miss again.
Nobody near him. He'll normally make that one.
Watson kicks to Evans. He kicks it to Watson. He dishes it to Foy. Turioff with the block. The feed to Watson. Cantor. It's good, and Watson picking up the assist. And here's Bledsoe.
You know, in this day and age, teams do turn over a little bit more. Not like the old days where you keep the same roster for close to a decade. And despite that turnover, you do see that some teams with good management still find a way to stay on top.
Here's Bledsoe. Kicks it to Hollins. And again, unable to change momentum here. The Jazz have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Dishes it to Cantor. Lets it fly. And Turioff pulls it down. Turioff's got his 3rd rebound tonight. You talk about winning in this league, guys. It sure seems, Steve, to come down to the organization.
Well, there's a culture, there's kind of an aura around a team that is so important. You're not always going to have talent, but if you can have a team that is always dedicated towards working and getting better, then I think over the course of time, you're going to have a lot of success. Think of San Antonio, think of Oklahoma City.
Obviously, they've had plenty of talent, but the character of the players and the work ethic of the coaching staffs and the organizations really tells you all you need to know.
Misses from short range. And for the Jazz, they're shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. And it's Foy missing. The Clippers shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. Bledsoe kicks to Green. There's the three. Burks pulls it in. Burks has got his 4th rebound in this one. And there's the pass to Cantor. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will retain possession. Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's Burks. Here's Favors. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
Yeah, Steve and Kevin, you guys got to love this teamwork. I mean, everybody's involved and engaged. It's just a thing of beauty to watch.
Yeah, sure is. And when all 5 guys, Clark, are threats to score, that makes it so tough on the defense because now you can't account for everybody when the ball's moving so quickly.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Griffin comes in for Lamar Odom. And it's Paul in for Eric Bledsoe. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Al Jefferson's checked in for Enes Kanter. Millsap comes in for Derek Favors. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Alec Burks. And Mo Williams subbed in for Jamal Tinsley.
Big mistake not having more defensive pressure on him out there.
And it's Paul penetrating. They double-team Griffin. Pass to Butler. Lets it go from the wing. Gets it to go. The Jazz shooting fairly well in the 4th, around 48%. Williams against Paul. Backing down is Jefferson. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Jordan's got 8 rebounds in this game. Rebounded by the Jazz. Williams with the ball. Billups picks him up defensively. Williams gets the bucket.
Looks like they're finally starting to wake up here, guys, but they're going to have to continue this run to get back in it.
Yeah, they really hurt themselves early on, and you hope now it's not too little too late.
On defense, Utah. And good on the basket. Book it. 21 points for Chris Paul.
Well, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
Well, with the Clippers, the nickname Lob City caught on pretty quickly, and it was based on 3 guys, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan. And it was a great nickname, well justified, because there were so many alley-oop passes from Paul to those 2 big men, and it made for highly entertaining basketball.
And the Jazz with possession here. Now the dish to Williams. Defended by Paul. Shoots from 12. The offensive rebound. Outside for Jefferson. He passes to Hayward. Feeds it to Williams. Pass to Millsap. Over Paul. Millsap misses. Going back to the Clippers, you talk about guys who are meant to connect on alley-oops, and it's hard to think of, Clark, at least in my mind, any tandem better than Paul and Griffin.
DeAndre Jordan as well, and even some of the other guards got into the act too, so people expected big things from the Clippers in terms of highlights last year, and they didn't disappoint. They delivered in a big way.
A 3-ball. It's Butler that time on the assist by Jordan. And that's now 20 points for Butler.
He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
Paul gets the bucket.
Well, they're just feasting on all of these turnovers here, guys.
Yeah, well, when opportunity knocks, you better answer it, guys, because they've done a great job of converting those errors into points at the other end.
Millsap kicks to Williams. Good on the 3-point shot. Williams has got 11 in the second half.
He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first, but we know he can get on a roll and knock him down.
And this one's pretty much wrapped up.
And they know it. I mean, took care of business. Chalk it up as a W, Steve.
He feeds it to Millsap. Inside to Jefferson. Hammers it down right over the D.
Say that one for the highlight reel. That was a terrific finish.
Yeah, you just got to tip your cap when he makes a play like that one.
Most certainly.
Man, no doubt. I don't know how he powered that one through the defense.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Lamar Odom is checked in for Griffin. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Chris Paul.
And for a point guard, you love LUV. That finish. Wow.
Yeah, he's really been able to get off his feet and sky. Something to watch.
Incredible athleticism, both laterally and vertically.
Jamal Tinsley's checked in for Al Jefferson.
He still couldn't finish, even though it looked like he had a lane to the rim. But too often, that's the story for him.
Burks' shot is good.
And right now, he can do no wrong. Everything's working for him this quarter.
Here's Bledsoe. Tinsley covering. Jordan the pass to Billups. Back to Jordan. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Odom kicks to Butler. 6 to shoot. Knocks down the jumper off the quick drop step.
Not much drama left in this one, guys.
No, it hasn't quite exactly been a nail-biter. I mean, it's going to be a great win for them, though.
And it's blocked. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Billups attacking. Makes the lead pass. Jordan with the bucket.
Yeah, that should definitely do it. Now it's starting to get out of hand.
Yeah, they're not just running to the finish line. They're running through the finish line right here. They're piling on a bit.
And the first one at the line is good. And he makes both free throws. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Odom. So the Clippers winning this one easily. Not much to be critical of with this win.